Hey everyone, Tessa here. If you enjoyed today's massage therapy, check out our Patreon for exclusive educational massage therapy videos. Your support helps Psyche Truth continue creating content like this. We hope to see you there. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and do some compressive work for these hamstrings. And whenever I am at the beginning of a massage like this, I make sure that the legs are elevated sometimes a lot, depending on how tight someone's hamstrings seem to be, or they tell me they are. And just some compressive work in here can be one of the best ways to begin. And I will bring this compressive work all the way into the glutes, all the way around to that glute medius. And there is certainly no need to hurry when you're warming up the hamstrings. They tend to be kind of a unpredictable muscle group to work on. And taking this time to really read the muscle tissue, so to speak, and decide how I need to budget my time. So I like my massages to feel and be well thought out and not like haphazard. Also paying attention, any swelling. If there's like very acute swelling is okay. You can still do massage, but a lot of swelling you kind of need to avoid doing massage until it goes down. Before I grab my oil, I'm gonna do at least one pass along the IT band. And part of making the plan is just practical. So I don't want to be dealing with having oil on the hamstrings until I do some dry work in the glutes. So I am going to hone in on this glute max. Sometimes I will only work on the glute max if I don't have a ton of time, or if it just feels like that's what I need to focus on. As I begin some more focused work in here, I'm not using a ton of pressure. And I'm using some pretty casual movements of the leg. Not trying to get super specific just yet. Sometimes I will just give my client like a little break if they're tiring out from that glute work. Sometimes people have like a love-hate relationship getting their glutes worked on. as I get more in sync with these more contracted areas, I'm just slowing way down. And sometimes it's good to like follow your creative urges. Like if it's a way that you've tied two techniques together or two areas of the body together that you've never done, like just trust yourself. Like a great way to give your client a little break and do something effective is with this position of the leg, the hamstrings are very shortened. So you can just start to work these hamstring muscles a little more too. And even if I'm not putting a lot of pressure, like I really like to just tie things together. So I'll quite literally just walk my hands back up. Not necessary. Spending a little bit more time here. So you don't, with the glute max, you don't want to give like too many breaks or not enough. So you do have to really kind of encourage your client to melt into that pressure as best you can to allow the muscle tissue to open and stretch the way that it needs to create more space and relief. And you'll just kind of like sense when you've gotten a proper release in there. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my oil. Start with a bulk of massage on the hamstrings. Just pay attention to your own body, to how you're holding your body. Usually when I grab my oil, check in with my shoulders, make sure they're not overly rounded. If I sense that somebody has really tight hamstrings and not a super high pain tolerance, I will use a little bit more oil than normal. Just to create a really nice glide along the skin. If you're bringing your feet really close together, if you're standing up really tall, it's going to feel really hard to get a very good flow going. So I would encourage you to separate your feet, hinge at your hips, and really work from your core. If you want to get a nice flow along the legs. I like to bring that effleurette stroke around the glute max. Make sure everything you're doing is something that your client's comfortable with. I'm going to start working my way into these hamstring muscles. A little deeper. Using my soft fist, nice and slow. It's better to have a long continuous pressure along these muscles than to try and go too deep too fast and kind of slide off. The goal is to sustain a really nice flow even as we start to go deeper. A nice way to do that, if you just shorten your effleurage strokes. This might not seem like effleurage, but it technically is. You can stay on that muscle tissue, have a little more stability. At some point during the massage, I will spend a little bit more time on that IT band. You'll just kind of know when that right moment is. So I usually step away from the table a little more and step so that I'm angled, so that my arms are moving away from my body to not put my wrist in a weird position. Or you can just use a soft fist. You don't have to worry about that at all. You can do little micro movements. You can do one long pass over the IT band that's way slowed down. Some combination. And starting with some more focused work here. So starting with that shortened position of the hamstrings. Gradually lengthening. This is where those micro movements come in really handy if you want to work through some of that contraction in the more targeted spots. Starting in that shortened position makes it more tolerable. Kind of just pretty naturally go deeper without it feeling too much, hopefully. And it's good not to guess if you're going too much or not offering enough, even like keeping that communication open. Ooh, good. So at this point, I might start to sense, okay, Lily needs a break. So a great way is just some petrissage. Even bringing this into the glutes. You could even bring it into the calf a little bit, just to offer a little more variation. And so at this point, I'm kind of deciding how specific I want to go and how specific Lily needs me to go. So I might offer a little bit of thumb work if I want to take it a step further. And I feel like I've already gotten a pretty responsive muscle. This is not something I would try to do if I felt like the hamstrings were fighting the deeper work at all. don't expect, anybody to be exactly the same. We're all different. Each massage is going to feel different based on what your client needs in that moment. Pet dressage is a great way to start to wrap things up. There's something about effleurage that makes massages feel just more complete to me. Usually do some long, full effleurage strokes. And without rushing or going too slow, just wrapping up the massage. And that is all for today.